Okay. I am attorney Justin Sterling, a personal injury and business lawyer. This is Coffee with a Lawyer, streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. This is your chance to ask the lawyer your legal questions for free. And this is our chance to connect with the community. This is why we do what we do, to help people in difficult situations. Please know there is no attorney-client relationship. There is no confidentiality here because we are streaming. This is only meant to be general information. If you have specific questions, it's best to schedule a confidential consultation with an attorney. And today we have a special guest. I'd like to invite Tony to ask their question.
Okay, name's Tony McBride, screenwriter, Los Angeles based. Wanted to know what are the stipulations and the protocols for if a producer buys your script and they want to do rewrites or polishes on it?
Very good question. I would say in this situation, it is all controlled by the contract. So yes, you should really review the provisions in the contract. And you don't want it so much that they're adding so much to it to make it a new material. Therein lies the dispute, the argument of a transformative work. All right, you want confidentiality, you want non-disclosure, and you want the credit situation addressed in writing. Yes, you can refer to the SAG collective bargaining agreement for their standards. Are you a SAG member?
I am not a SAG member.
Or a WGA member, excuse me.
No, I am not a WGA member.
So you're not a member of the union. You can still refer to their collective bargaining agreement for reference, but it should be well spelled out in the contract, okay? And I know you're working with a producer, so the producer may be arranging that contract with the editor, correct?
I don't know. I'm just asking hypothetically. I mean, I'm just hoping to sell a script soon, and just want to see what would happen. What I should look out for.
Yep, absolutely. Foundational, and I know you've heard me say it before, is the copyright. Make sure you have your work as it's being distributed, registered with the Library of Congress for copyright registration. All right. That is the most important thing you can do. Copyright registration gives you some special remedies. It allows you to get into federal court where the venue is more favorable. It gives you certain legal presumptions. So if there is a dispute involving this work, the law is going to be in your favor, and you can get into federal court where they are more experienced in handling these type of intellectual property disputes.
So just a hypothetical question. I saw my script to a producer. He has another writer rewrite it, and they may do substantial changes, but does the writer take my name off the cover page and put his name on it, or what?
It depends on your contract with the producer. So I would like to review that. If your rights are addressed in that contract in terms of credit, you should get written by credit. You want to get written by credit. That's the most powerful credit.
Yeah, and who wins the Oscar?
Well, that's why you need to review the provisions. If it gets to that point, you want that addressed.
Okay.
I mean,
So
but to include that in the contract at this point, it could be, like a deal breaker. There is some consideration to bargaining position. Does that make sense?
Okay, so it all depends on the contract. Okay,
yeah.
No worries.
The foundation is in the contract. Contract language controls. It's the best evidence of the agreement. Yes, we can make some other arguments, possibly arguments based in equity, fairness, but the best evidence of the arrangement between the parties is the contract, the four corners of the document. Now, if there was, of course, I mean, every hypothetical, we can go down the what if funnel. Every case falls on its own facts. If there's ancillary facts that may establish other torts, fraud, misrepresentation, embezzlement, breach of fiduciary duties, these are ancillary torts that may come along with this arrangement, this relationship between the parties. But each case falls on its own facts. And for your situation, in order to protect your rights, it's all based on the contract controls. You want to be able to, that's why it's important to work with counsel at an early stage so that you're informed on what rights are being transacted and transferred in your agreement. Whenever you're about to sign a document in your industry, of course, it's always better to go with the advice of counsel all throughout. But especially when you're going to sign a document, you need to consult with an attorney because you need to be informed on what rights are being transacted. When you sign a document, that's when you are transferring legal rights. And you need to be informed what you are giving up, especially what you're giving up and what exactly you're getting in return. What is the consideration in this agreement? The reciprocal mutual bargain for exchange, the legal benefit and the legal detriment flowing from each party. And people in your position, because of resources, the talent, the writers, the actors, the actresses, they're the ones who historically are taken advantage of by the more informed business people, the producers. The producers are the ones who are contracting all the rights. These are the questions that you do need to address in your agreement. You know, what happens? This producer now has contracted rights in your work. And now he's about to take steps to do something that wasn't considered at the time of contracting. You want to make sure that, you know, it's addressed in the contract from the beginning. But to your argument now, if you want to prevent that, you could say this was something that is additional. Maybe it calls for a modification of our original production agreement. Does that make sense, Tony?
Yeah.
For your argument, if you want to halt the work of the additional writer, editor, they're essentially bringing on another writer. And if you want to protect your credits, which is important here, you want your credits, you want to get into the union, the WGA, so you got to collect your points. You're probably more well informed on the process. I hope you are, because you want to get into the WGA. That's your goal. So to halt this co-writer who may take away some of the power of your credit, you may want to go to the other contracting party and say, this is additional. It calls for a modification. There's going to need to be additional consideration. Maybe that's in the form of payment. Maybe that's in the form of securing your rights. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like to you, but there may be a position for you to argue that this must be contracted further in writing. Does that make sense to you, Tony?
Yes. Yes.
But look, you may be very happy with the writer they bring on. It's relation-based, especially in your industry. It's relation-based. A lot of the deals in your industry, unfortunately, are done on just handshakes. That's just how your industry works. I'm very well informed on how the deals are made. And they're made like that because bargaining position is different in the industry. But you want to be able to secure everything in writing as best as you can.
Okay,
All right.
great. I gotta break out. Thanks for your time, Mr. Sterling.
Thank you, Tony, for signing on. Take care, take action. Thank you. I think we're
Yeah, I
going
got a
to,
new manager and she, she's putting my stuff out there. So I'm on tracking board right now. So hopefully I can sell something soon.
absolutely attend those markets. There should be some film markets coming up.
Yeah, good luck to you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Take care,
Bye.
take action. Bye-bye. I'm going to end the stream now.